Racing takes place on Friday out at Fairview. We are racing on the turf track. 8 races on the program, 19th January 2024. Race number 1, 12:30. This is when it all begins. It is the start of the bar pot. A maiden plate for the work riders over 1200 meters kicks off the day, and we've got a big field at lineup, a field of 18 runners that are set to face a starter in race number 1. Now, joining me on the line is Grant Paddock. Grant, how are you doing?
Morning, Rahil. Morning, punters. Yeah, good weather down this side. All good this side. No complaints. Going to be a good day's racing tomorrow on the grass. Tailwind we're going to be blowing, so watch out for those front runners. It's definitely going to be a decent-sized tailwind tomorrow.
Well, race number 1, it's a tricky start to the bipod, given that it is a work rider's maiden plate. The favourite is King of Queen at 7-2, along with Raptor Island. 8-1 about Winning Grace, 8-1 Midnight Advocator, and then it's 12-1 and Better Bar Those. Now, 18 runners go to post. It's the type of race where we can get a real upset result in the start of the bipod. How do you read race number 1?
Yeah, Rahil, always very difficult, these work riders races. The guys don't really get to ride that often. So, race judgment is not what it should be. But the guy that's riding King of Queens, Sadiq Watson, very decent rider. I see there was early money for it, so that's got to be respected. Raptor Island, I promise you, if it was 1,000 meters with a tailwind that's blowing tomorrow, it would have been game over. But he's still a massive runner. Maybe the work rider, Stephen, can keep him going out in front. And then you have the likes of Midnight Advocate, also shows a lot of pace, and then just gets run out of it late. He could be there. And my fourth selection here is Winning Grace, was found to be running on very nicely last time out. Very tricky start to the bipot. I went 4 horses, 1, 2, 6 and 13. I must say the 11 horse Anatolian Silver, very, very nice horse. Watch this horse over a little bit further. He could just need a touch further than this 1200, probably 14 mile. But if they go too fast, he could be a big runner running on late. So if the players do want to add into their bipods the 11 Anatolian Silver, I suggest that they do. But a very tricky start. 1, 6, 2 and 13 is the way I've gone.
Yeah, Grant's going with the more accomplished riders here in race number 1. He's thinking number 1, King of Queen, could maybe get the job done, but one to keep an eye on, number 11, Anatolian Silver, at around 12-1 in the market. We're going to move along to race number 2, which will be the start of the place Accumulator. This is maiden juvenile plate over 1,000 meters. Eat, Pray, Love, trading at 5-2. It is 5-1 about Bumps Last Grind. Number 7 at 6-1 into 5-1. Gorgeous Klein at 11-2. That's found support from 8-1. 11-2 about Magdala, 8-1 and Better Bar Those. Now, it's quite a competitive race. This filly, Bumps Last Grind, she just got caught late on in the day last time out behind a Play Act, and then Eat, Pray, Love, she was flying at the finish. Magdala was not far off them, and considering that she played up in the starting stall gates, I thought she actually ran quite a nice race. Magdala, not beaten far, and she gets 2.5 kgs off the back. And you've even got horse number 7 that wasn't far off them last time out. So a competitive start to the PA.
Yeah, it is. I do think that first race's form line will definitely stand up. I really like the way Eat, Pray, Love finished the race, or finished off quicker than anything else in the race. The extra 200 meters is going to suit it. I know Richard really thinks highly of this filly. There's been a lot of talk around for the One World baby, Gorgeous Klein. I know the stable fancy him quite strongly. Bumps Last Ground, he did most of the running last time out over 800 and was found wanting, so he's got an extra furlong to contend with, which might catch him out. Ravelous ran on strongly, but Eat, Pray, Love, that's definitely the one for me. Bipod Banker as well, and I think Eat, Pray, Love is actually worth a bet. I think she'll know what it's all about now, and if she finishes off in the same time she did last time, in 21-2, which is really, really quick, I think she'll win and win well.
Yeah, she's definitely a horse that was flying at them late on in the day, and just got there a bit too late. But with that run under the belt, 200 meters more, she could certainly be one that we keep a very close eye on. And a current price of 5-2 looks a bit generous, as you've heard from Grant. Could be worth a bet. Moving along to race number 3, maiden play for fillies and mares, 1,400 meters a trip. By the light of the moon, I should say, 18-10. Sea of Tears at 4-1, along with As Fate Has It. 6-1 Dumisani. It's then 8-1 and Better Bar Those. Now, this filly, By the Light of the Moon, there was a bit of support for her last time out behind Fire Chaser. Reported slow ran on, but I've seen that the Snipes have also reported abnormal respiratory noise. That was in an open maiden. It's now a maiden company, normal weights for each of these runners. And do you think she could go one better? I like the look of this filly, this daughter of Duke of Marmalade, Dumisani, because last time out she met winners and she was far from disgrace behind United's Express.
Yeah, Rahil, let's get started off with By the Light of the Moon. Very decent run first time out. They backed her like they knew the results. She was found wanting, beaten by Fire Chaser 2 lengths. She really can't breathe. That's the only problem. Came back abnormal respiratory noise. Now longer straight grass. I don't know if it's going to suit her, and it's a touch further. I think she's a false favourite. I don't think she should be there. This filly, Sea of Tears. I know she had a lot of chances in Durban, but she had an absolutely brilliant first run over here, running on very strongly. Probably another 2 strides she would have got up. A furlong further, back on the grass, long straight, massive runner. I think she's actually worth a bet. I think I made the pick 6 horses between her and By the Light of the Moon. Getting back to Dumisani, she tends, it's a second run after a layoff. It puts me off a little bit. She's a beautiful looking sister, a daughter of Duke of Marmalade. But, that second run after a rest is definitely a concern. As fate has it, definitely a runner and elusive Marta. But I think the winner will come from either 1 or 6. I'm in the camp of the 1, Sea of Tears.
4-1, the current quote of Sea of Tears, and another runner that you can certainly take a chance with and bank in those buy pots and place accumulators. Race number 4, classified stakes over 1,600 meters. Final edition, 5-2 in the market. It's 33-10 about Storm Commander, 7-1 Hawk Circle, 8-1 and Better Bar. Those. Now, when I was having a look at the market, we've obviously got 8 races on the program, and Fourie and Krief, they've got 5 favourites on the day, and we touched on 2 of them, Eat, Pray, Love and By the Light of the Moon. Now, this is the third one of them and the final edition. I think the positive with him is that he's back on the turf. I think the turf could just be the key move with this individual. Is he the horse to beat in your opinion? And if not, where else are you looking for cover?
Rahil, I'm a bit skeptical in final edition. He ran all his races on the poly. He tends to pull like crazy. So if they and this long straight might catch him out, because he moved up to them like he was going to run on by, and then dug his toes in the last bit. He's a one-time winner. He's carrying level weights with a horse, Storm Commander, who's a 5-time winner in form. I can't see how he could be favoured in Storm Commander not. I'm very much in the camp of Storm Commander. He's a solid horse, doesn't know how to run a bad race. You can see his last 4 runs, second first, second. He's never far off them. And with a long straight, he takes a bit of time to unwind. He's really going to enjoy it. Massive runner for me. I'm in the camp of Storm Commander. Final edition's got to have a chance. He's got to be there, but he needs to learn to race this horse. He does it the wrong way around. He over races and can't finish it off. If he settles, he's a big runner. There's no doubt. Then we got the likes of Hawk Circle. Very good post-maiden run behind Pembroke. Probably also a decent place chance, and then lower down in the card, Admiral's Ransom and the Charioteer. But I really do like Storm Commander here. My pick 6 numbers are 1, 4, 6, 11 and 13.
Horse number 6, Storm Commander, 33-10 is his current price, and he's a 5-time winner, as you heard from Grant. Lots of confidence around him, and he's hoping that he can go on and get that 6th career victory and break his duck of seconds, which have sort of been the things that has just been costing him victory. But he's definitely a runner that could just get the job done in race number 4. Race number 5, a Pinnacle Stakes over 1,000 meters, and it's a competitive race. Golden Pacific 22-10, Paris Lass 4-1, Silver Rights 6-1, 8-1. Cherry for me, it is 8-1 Esther, and Bonnaroo, then it's 12-1 and Better Bar. Those now. Golden Pacific, last time out, all the rage. Unfortunately found 1 too good on the day in the form of Princess Debs, who she does meet once again. And when we have a look at on that piece of form, Princess Debs is still better off at the weights with her, so could even confirm the form. Therefore, I say it does look to be quite a competitive race, because you've got Golden Pacific at 22-10 and Princess Debs at 16-1.
Yeah, Raheel, I don't like this race at all. I must be very honest with you. Golden Pacific, for me, she's done all her racing on the poly, and she's done extremely well. She's now got 60 kilograms from a 2 draw. It's not going to be easy. I don't think she's a 22 to 10 shot at all. Down the other side, Princess Deb, she's definitely better on the poly surface. She has 1-2 on the grass, but she's definitely better on the poly. So too is Esther. Very, very quick filly. The tailwind's going to suit her. Richard up with a nice galloping weight on her back. I can't see the one horse giving Esther 4.5 kilograms and a beating. I can't see that happening. But the value in the race for me, definitely number 3, Civil Rights. James takes off the 2.5 kilos. She's a very quick filly. Tailwind blowing. I think she's 6.5 to 1. Very, very good value. I've actually tipped her to win this race from the 10, the 9, and the 1, and the pick 6. You might have to add in Paris Lass, but it's a weak pinnacle plate. This and all the value in the world in the 3 Civil Rights.
Grant, for a pinnacle stakes where you mentioned there's a tailwind and there's obviously a lot of runners that like to go forward. Could it maybe not pay to suit with a runner that could be slightly off them and want a genuine tempo? This horse rose for Trippy. First run for Kelly, formerly with Tony Peter, and her form is quite useful because she's taken on some decent sorts. Cliffhanger, Trop of Veloce, Golden Sickle, Woman of Power, all horses that would be extremely, extremely hard to beat in a race of this nature.
Yeah, I actually spoke to Kelly this morning, and she did mention she's probably just going to need this run. The horses, they need a bit of time to acclimatise from the north down to the south here. So she's probably just going to need it, and I'd like to see how she goes against this lot. As I say, it's not a very strong pinnacle at all. The top merit rated horse is a 101, and then you jump down from there to a 93. So very tricky race. It's more of a handicap for me, but with pinnacle terms, that's why I like Silver Rights really, really strong.
Silver Rights 6 to 1, and James Cobetti de Harbour takes a ride for Gavin Smith. Race number 6. This is the sophomore plate, 1400 meters the trip, and it is Fairy Night at the top of betting boards, trading at 6 to 10, 9 to 2 about the Winter Lake, 6 to 1. Vas Voter, it's then 10 to 1, and Better Bar those. Now, this horse Fairy Night, he's deep in the red. Richard Fourie, Alan Krief teaming up, 1400 meters, returning off a slight layoff, 49 days since his last start, but the key is that he's now being gelded, so gelding could just be the right move with this individual. He's obviously going to be a fancied, a popular selection amongst many players.
Yeah, Raheel is a very, very good horse. He was dying for the gelding. I must be honest, he's a massive colt. He really is a nice horse. Gelding will only have brought him on, there's no doubt. He's found the right field. He's beaten most of these horses many times before. Definitely a banker. He'll be a big runner when it comes to the guineas over a mile. He really is a smart horse. He's got this race at his mercy. I think it is a pick 5 today. This is the banker on the day, and he should be that kind of a price. The rest of the field, if I had to pick one more, if as a danger, it'd probably be this horse, Vas Voter. The last time out, he won very, very easily, but at the 66 level where the average rating was 59, this is a different kettle of fish. But with a tailwind and the weight off his back, he could get away from them at the right time. So if you're not happy to bank a Fairy Night, add just the one more Vas Voter.
Vas Voter 6 to 1. Well, if you're looking for a bit of an upset, that's the one that you could possibly look to cause that upset in race number 6. Race number 7, an MR80 handicap over 2,000 meters, 15:55 is the off time, and it is Official Secret that tops the boards at 2 to 1. It is 6 to 1 Jaspero, 10 to 1 Light Without, 12 to 1 and Better Bar those. Now, fully taking on the boys, Official Secret, but her run just 7 days ago was a good run behind Gold Poker Game and Luna Halo. She was only beaten 3.5 lengths, doing her best work at the finish. And on that performance, she'll certainly hold a very, very strong hand in this contest. Is she your top selection?
Very tricky race. This. I'm not too keen on it. I must be very honest. You have fillies running 7 days ago. She ran in a much stronger race than this. I think the average rating there was 88, and I think here it's only 76, sorry. So she's definitely down in class. She's a very nice filly. The long straight will definitely suit her. Very good run 7 days ago. This horse light without. If he gets a run, I see there's nobody up to run, but he can get the job done in a field like especially over 2,000 meters. And then we go down to my boy Reese, Louis up, got to be a big danger, always holding solid form. Magical Midlands, there's a horse at a bit of value that has to go in. He's come on the right way, 6 lengths, 3 lengths, his third run after a long break, and he's cherry ripe. I know the 2,000 will definitely suit him. Tricky race, this one, Rahil. I picked 6 numbers of 4, 5, 6, 7, and 11, where I've given a slight preference to the 4.
So certainly a race where you can get a bit of a result, and once you look past Official Secret, there's plenty of value to be had about quite a few runners. And a horse like Magical Midlands, 12-1 his current quote, and he's taken on far stronger company than what he does meet in this contest, so he could certainly pop up at that quote of 12-1. Moving along to race number 8, and more 66 handicap to close off proceedings on Friday. 1600 meters, 4:30 is the off time. Favorite Charlie Malone at 2-1, 4-1 about Watchtower, 6-1 Elusive Justice, 7-1 Fuji-san, Guerra, it's an 8-1 and Better Bar those. Now, the last time Guerra was carded to run, I know you quite liked him, but unfortunately was scratched down at the start. Is he a horse that you given a chance to, or because it's a turf you are put off?
No, not put off on the turf. He's not too clever in his head. He's got, as the trainers normally say, quirky. I think his quirky is an understatement. Very nice horse, moves so well, but his head is not in the game. Hopefully he behaves himself on Friday, and then once again he'll be a big runner. But the race looks set up for Charlie Malone. It's a very shallow field. He looks tucked. He's got this race at his mercy. I thought 2-1 was a decent price. I thought it'd be a lot shorter, around 12-10. Definitely a big runner. Number 8, Watchtower, he ran Vast Voter to second. Last time I'd beaten 4.5 lengths. I'm not too sure of the mile. He might, but with a tailwind, it might help him a bit. And I know the Mitchley yard like a bit of this horse Maldonado back on the grass. They were happy to have him back on the grass with a long run in, and wasn't a bad post maiden run. Only got beaten 6 lengths. That was at the 68 level. But I think the race is at the mercy of Charlie Malone. And then you got to add in, as I say, Guerra, Watchtower, and Maldonado.
Oh, well, Charlie Malone, he's finally got that second victory, which was 2 starts back. And he could be cherry ripe to get win number 3 under the belt for Samanga Kumalo and Gavin Smith, who had a wonderful day last week. I think they teamed up for like 4 winners on the day, so they're certainly looking to continue that hot form. We're going to move along to the suggested bet now, and Grant will take us through his suggested bet for racing on Friday out at Fairview. Grant, take it away with your suggested bet.
Thank you, Rahil. Best bet, race 6, number 1, Fairy Night. My value bet, race 5, number 3, Civil Rights. And my suggested bet is a win double, race 2, number 9, Eat, Pray, Love, onto race 6, number 1, Fairy Night.
That's Grant Paddock's double, and he's gone for Richard Fourie and Alan Criff to team up for that double, and hopefully the guys managed to get on to that Eat, Pray, Love 5-2, and Fairy Night trading at around 6-10 in the market. Grant, thanks very much for your time. Have a wonderful weekend, and all the best with racing out at Fairview on Friday.
Thank you very much, Rahil, and good luck to those punters tomorrow. Goodbye.
All the best with racing out at Fairview on Friday. Hopefully it's a profitable day's racing for you.